Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Dump. Today I want to show you verified ways that I've actually made Bitcoin. And, well, even some other cryptocurrencies. I'm going to stick with Bitcoin for the most part, though. And around the end, I'll start getting into those altcoins. But once again, I have actually made digital currency with these things. And for the most part, you can do all of this with Android, cell phones, TV boxes. I'm not saying you'll make a lot of money on it, but I'm saying it's possible. And then at the end, I'll show you Minergate and nicehash. Let's get into it. I actually managed to find a Satoshi Faucet that actually works, actually gives you Bitcoin. So if you don't know, there's these Satoshi or Bitcoin faucets that they call them, where you log into it and you view advertisements, you do captchas, and you just prove you're a person, you answer a few questions, and you get some money. This actually works. 5 cents for working 2 days on this stuff. So, oh man, that's a lot of money. Actually, let's just go straight to open. And so here, every half an hour, you can press the wait and get Satoshi. So 9 more minutes to go, I can tap the get Satoshi, and I'll get a little more Satoshi. I've actually gotten 5 cents into my Coinbase. This goes through Coinbase. But I gotta say, even though this does work, there are two sketchy things. Number one, I don't have to do anything. As you can see here, I'm not mining, I'm not downloading, I'm not uploading, so there's no mining going on. But it just likes to run in the background every half hour you tap. It almost makes me wonder if there's a keylogger on and it's logging your keys and it's trying to get your passwords. So I'm not putting my password in here to this one. I could be completely wrong, and you would think that Google would look up the apps and see what they do to see if there is a keylogger. But one thing I should warn everybody about is that, what's the name? McAfee says that there's keyloggers on almost all cell phone apps. So if you're using this, whoopsies. So if you're using this, just make sure that you link it to your Coinbase, but don't put in your Coinbase username and password on that particular phone. And then you should be just fine. And maybe a little bit paranoid, but definitely fine. You gotta watch yourself. So let's have a look at the other things that you can do. The extras. So you can do some math, solve a captcha. Sometimes they don't have them. Or play Jokin' Po. Jokin' Po seems to be rock, paper, scissors. And that's alright. But yeah, you can withdraw after you have 1,100 Satoshi. And that's 5 cents. So there you have it. You can check this one out. It actually gets you money, and it is on the Android Play Store. Get free Bitcoin, or at least free Satoshi, by using this app. EX Faucets Fast Bitcoin. It's made by the same people that make faucets Bitcoin free, and this will actually get you Bitcoin. It will give you Bitcoin in either your Zappo or your Coinbase account. This does actually work. This does actually pay you out. I totally recommend this app, even before we get into this. Okay, whatever. So the idea is you do your claims, you get to captcha, verifying you're not a robot. Well, what if I am a robot? What if I want to be a robot? And then they give you W bits, they call it. And after 60,000 W bits, they will pay out your Coinbase or Zappo account. Your game bonuses. Usually go with arithmetic myself. But these are basically just captchas, or ways for it to know that you're a human being, you're not a robot, and all that fun stuff. But it actually pays you out. It takes a while to get a payout, but again, it will pay you out. Come on. Redeem. So here you put in your email address for your coin or Zappo. And you hit redeem. But again, you have to have 60,000. At the same time, it does actually work, which is really, really frickin' nice. Anyways, definitely check this out. If you want Bitcoin, do this. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Today I want to show you my nice, new, big, giant Bitcoin mining Armada. Okay, it's not really Bitcoin, it's Monero. I'm mining Monero on this with the app Minergate. It is pretty useless to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum. Monero is really the only thing that you can mine with the CPU GPUs from your cell phone. It takes a relatively high amount of energy, and you don't really get a whole lot of payout. But this is kind of proof of concept. It definitely can be done. It definitely can be done. So there is Minergate on my computer, running that on my computer right now. And I got some other systems. Now, one thing I should tell you is these are all basically dumpster diving systems. All of these systems have an issue of one part or another, which I can't fix, which makes them useless, but I can still turn them on, and I can still mine something with them. Like some of these systems will restart themselves after about 24 hours, but as long as I can get them to turn on and automatically mine again, then we're good to go here. We got a bunch of Android, we got a bunch of Blackberry 10 systems here, and we get different rates with all of them, of course. Let's see, what do we got here? So with the Blackberry Z10s, I'm getting about 6 to 8 hashes a second. LGG3 up here, I get about 12. You can set them to low, medium, and high, but if you set them to high, they're more likely to reboot on you, and you don't want that. You want to run at a steady pace. Steady pace gets you the most amounts of verified hashes. You need your hashes verified, of course, and you got to know if you're going to go out and buy these things, it is definitely not going to be worth anything. If you have some stuff left around, if you have extra cell phones, and especially if you don't pay your hydro, this is a good way to make money. All these systems have issues. If I gave these out to an end user, they'd give me hell about giving them pieces of junk. But I can get these things working long enough to mine me a little bit, and all of this stuff right now is mining through Minergate, just because nicehash.com isn't working. So the idea here is to mine Monero, convert it to Bitcoin, and then hold it, sell it, any of that good stuff. So back in the day when NiceHash was working, I was probably getting about $1 a day US within Bitcoin from those systems. Now Monero, I definitely don't get so much. Probably all of these phones put together gets me as many hashes as my as one i7 chip. Now a lot of people tell you not to use CPUs to mine Bitcoin, Monero, any of this stuff, but I'm telling you, so many people have moved to GPUs that it still is actually profitable. It definitely still is profitable to mine with CPUs. It'll mine an algorithm called CryptoNight. So right here you can see Minergate, how much money I got. This is probably from about a month's use. That's got me actually right now I got 0.033 Bitcoin on here, which isn't bad. But then there's the pain of having to convert it to Bitcoin, which of course takes a little bit of money. You transfer Bitcoin, it's going to cost you money, because that's just how cryptocurrency works. You do a trade, you have to pay a transaction fee. You pay a transaction fee, that's money out of your pocket. But that's part of the advantage of being on a decentralized system. Instead of bankers doing things, bankers' computers doing things, our computers are doing things. The nodes are doing things, which is interesting. It's really cool. I really get a kick out of cryptocurrency as far as that goes. So of course I do mine a little more than Monero. I try to mine Ethereum and Bytecoin. I mine a little bit of Bytecoin. Usually I try to stay away from Monero, but I try to do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Monero in that order, because I find it to be the most profitable and the easiest. But yeah, that's my station. That's my setup. Dumpster computers, dumpster cell phones, all mining together as one, and making me a little bit of money. Not exactly enough to retire off of, but definitely enough to be worth my time. That's how I got them set up every day. Anyways, that's it for me. Nev from Nev's Tech. But like and subscribe if you like this stuff. Appreciate it. Catch you later, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Today we're going to take a look at Minergate.com. I did a video about how to use Minergate to mine cryptocurrencies with your smartphone, Android smartphone at least, or smart box. And today I'm going to talk about another simple way that you can mine cryptocurrencies with your computer. Now, before I talked about nicehash.com, it's a great way to earn a coin for Bitcoin, and if you get really into it, you can mine more than that. But if you just out the gate, if you want to try other things, you can try Minergate. Minergate's a simple download, simple install, and away you go. I've mined a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Monero, just trying to figure out how it's used and what's going on. So yeah, a lot of things, definitely a lot of things you can do here. Now, I gotta say, I've used this for a few weeks, and I don't feel particularly comfortable with it like I do with nicehash. But I have heard not really bad things for it. I have not really heard much in the way of bad things. So you download their app, and you come over here. This is an old computer I'm running. It's got a K600 video card and an i3 CPU. And I can make extra $25 per year on this one computer. I bet that energy is going to cost me about 150. Anyways, once you run the miner, or sorry, the benchmark, you come over here to the mining. You decide what you want to mine. You decide what you want to mine. Take a look around. And yeah, we got all kinds of stuff here, things I've never even heard of. So we get Bitcoin and Monero and a lot of other things. Ethereum, ETC. I never heard of the ETC, Ethereum coin, regular Ethereum, Ethereum mini coin. I don't know. So yeah, it's interesting for mining altcoin, that's for sure. It's definitely good for that. So if you want to try mining some altcoin, definitely get Minergate. I got version 6.9 right here. It seems to be working fine. I have yet to get a payout, but honestly, all of my stuff is being put towards other things, like Bitcoin mining on nicehash. But hey, if you want some Monero, if you want some Bitcoin, check this out. It is the quickest, safest, easy way that you can do this. The way they make money is they get 1.5% of whatever you mine. It's mining pools all over the place. Anyways, that's it for me. Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Have a good one, folks. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nev from Nev's Tech Bits here to drop some info on you about Bitcoin and what the easiest way to mine is. Now, a lot of people say that Bitcoin's not going to be around for too long, and even more people say it's going to be around forever. I personally think that Bitcoin is like the internet, and it's going to explode like the internet. Now, the world has a kind of currency that goes with countries, and it can be manipulated by banks, and it can be manipulated by corporations and government entities, but cryptocurrency cannot be manipulated so easily by those things, and because of that, world governments don't like it very much. Because it can't be traced, a lot of people really don't like it, and right now we don't even know who the actual original creator of Bitcoin is. So anyways, I personally believe that we will get somewhere with this, because the strongest thing about a currency is people's faith in it, and as long as we have faith in Bitcoin, we should be fine. Now, all they need to do is make it more accessible, but we'll get into that in a different video maybe. Here is a video on how we can mine the best with the least. Go over to nicehash.com and go over to getting started and say, I would like to sell hashing power. Nicehash.com. Anyways, when I started out, I wanted to mine Ethereum. Ethereum is the newest, most interesting cryptocurrency that's out right now. A lot of people are really into it. And I want to mine this, and it made me mine Bitcoin instead, which kind of sucks. Anyways, you got to download this. You got to open her up to save as a zip file, and then you might need to tell your antivirus to shut up and not worry about it, because the way that this works is the same kind of way that viruses work. You might get a false positive, you might have to tell your antivirus to shut up, but ultimately you run into something like this. Actually, let me start from the beginning. Here's what it looks like when you unzip. So when you start it up, it's going to look at everything and see if you have what it takes. See what it takes over here. For service location, change it to whatever's closest to you naturally. And the first thing you want to do is benchmark. The benchmark here will go through different kinds of algorithms and see what you're best with. And then you go on down to start. As soon as you start, a whole bunch of stuff's going to pop up. And it's basically going to get you automatically mining. This is the simplest way to do it. Honestly, 100% so easy. If you have a really good video card, this will be good. If you have a really good CPU, this will be good. If you don't have those things, I wouldn't even bother. If you are paying for your own hydro, I wouldn't even bother. If you're not paying for your own hydro, do this all day long. Unless you're living in your parents' basement, in which case don't do this, because you're going to be taking money from your parents. And if you're in your parents' basement, probably you don't want to tick them off. But if you do this a lot, if you have a lot of mining going on, the electric company might actually start looking into you, see if you're growing marijuana in your basement or something. But most hacker kids are not growing marijuana in their basement. They are mining digital cryptocurrency. Why do I do this? Because I think it's really cool. I think it's really interesting. I think this is the future. It would be better if it took less time to make transactions. There's going to be needs to be more entities there to make these transactions. Anyways, you can check your stats online, which is pretty cool, huh, Kenny? And you can see when your first deposit will be. My next payout, so as you can see down here, it is July, and it looks like I'm not going to get paid until 2018. May 2018, and I'll get paid $24.26 US. I really do feel that that price is going to go up. The worth of the Bitcoin, I believe, is going to go up as more people get into it. I believe more people are going to get into it, and when more people get into it, more people will be likely to trade for it. If you want to help the Bitcoin community, please accept Bitcoins. How I have my wallet right now. Now the wallets work differently. You can have a wallet on a computer, on a special USB drive, or you can use a bank. The unfortunate part about using banks is that if they get hacked, they take the money from you. There's not the government support behind it, and if you get screwed, you get screwed large, so large. So you got to be really careful with this. You got to wonder, how much is my energy bills going to be? How much can I reasonably get from this, and how much do I reasonably expect this to be worth? Because honestly, for the most part, there's a lot of Bitcoin people that do it for the money, and then there's a lot of Bitcoin people that do it for the hobby of it, which is they just set this stuff up because they love it. They might not make their money back, but they don't care because they're having fun, and a lot of them are having fun with friends too. It's a really interesting thing. It's definitely an interesting hobby. But yeah, this is the easiest way that you can mine Bitcoin. A little bit of tips about mining Bitcoin: you gotta have a good video card. CPU doesn't matter so much. You want fast RAM. More RAM doesn't matter. Fast RAM is more important than more RAM. And it's if you want to get it going quicker, a solid state drives help. But it all comes down to your video card, your central processor unit, and your RAM, and you want those to be fast. But I've seen a lot of people with CPUs that are Celeron. People are more interested in the motherboards that'll hold more video cards. But yeah, that is the easiest way that you can mine Bitcoin at home. So easy, so simple. You just download, you open it up, you throw a wallet at it, and away you go. Good stuff. Anyways, that's it from me, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Have a good one, folks, and catch you later. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Today I want to tell you about the easiest way that you can mine cryptocurrency on your mobile device. Now, this isn't usually the best idea to mine off your cell phone, but there are people out there who want to do it. If there are people out there who want to do it, there's ways you can do it. This is for your iOS. You can't get this with Apple. Minergate Mobile Miner. There is a Minergate for your PC, and this thing's really, really simple. This is, of course, this is just the Android one. And you can decide out of all of these different cryptocurrencies what one you want to mine. Now, Minergate will decide for you. It says Monero is the best thing I can be mining. Of course, you get your low, medium, high. The higher you go, the harder your unit will work, the more energy it'll take, and the more detriment to your system it is. So if you got an old broken system that is really good, I mean like really, really good with the energy, this is definitely one way that you can mine with it. But I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed to see Monero up here. I personally think there's blood on Monero's hands, and I can prove that because people that released the WannaCry virus, transferred their Bitcoin that they got to give people their information back that they encrypted, transferred their Bitcoin to Monero. The WannaCry virus has blood on its hands because it attacked institutions, it attacked hospitals very badly. One particular country in the UK lost almost all of their computers, and there were most certainly deaths. This is from doctors. There were deaths because of that happening. So honestly, I stay away from Monero. There's definitely blood on its hands. This is the cryptocurrency of the dark web. So just remember that if you're dealing with Monero, you got blood on your hands. I'm probably going to get down with people not liking that because people like money more than they like their eternal soul. Anyways, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, you can always transfer it to different things. Of course, Monero's the big one now because the underbelly of the internet wants to use it. Bytecoin is another thing. Unfortunately, it uses the same. There's not blood on Bytecoin's hands, but it does use the same super anonymous thing. So if you want to be anonymous, maybe use that. Anyways, that is how you can mine from any Android system. Let's check her out. Check her out. Definitely Minergate. Honestly, I don't really like the name of Minergate because it sounds like Watergate, and Watergate wasn't a particularly good thing. You always got to worry about people hacking your accounts when it comes to digital currency. It happens all the time, especially on Androids. But buyer beware, all that kind of stuff. And that's it for me, Nev from Nev's Tech Dump. Have a good one, folks. Also, here's my friend's cat. This is a kitten. That is all. Have a good day.